I would like to request Professor Santosh Bhatir and take the session.
I would like to thank Dr. Bipin Kumar for inviting me to share my little clinical experience and the researches conducted on diabetes mellitus. So friends, I know diabetes is such a common condition. Almost in every family, one person is suffering with diabetes, and India is considered as the capital of diabetes mellitus. So many participants are from the medical side. Doctors, no? Okay. So diabetes mellitus, as we know that it is a metabolic disorder. Basically, there is a disturbance of metabolism either in the carbohydrate metabolism, protein metabolism, fat metabolism, and mainly because of the absence of insulin or the relative absence of the insulin, and that is resulting into an hyperglycemia, may or may not be associated with glycosuria. So this is the clinical situation, and once the diabetes is there, so ultimately almost every cell of the body has to suffer. After 5 years, the person will develop diabetic complications like nephropathy, then retinopathy, then neuropathy. Ultimately, one after the other, the organs, the end stage disease like maybe the chronic renal failure and other such conditions are going to happen. So initially they told me I have to speak here for 1 hour. Now, as they mentioned, they may ask me to stop at any time, maybe for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. I will just continue. The moment you say me to stop, I will stop here. And my 50% work is already done by the learned senior person, Mr. Desraj, because he spoke on yoga. So yoga and Ayurveda both goes together. The basic purpose of yoga and Ayurveda is samatvam. Yoga says samatvam yoga uchyate, and Ayurveda is dhatu samyam kriya cha ukta tantrasya asya prayojanam. So basically both system, all Indian system are basically bringing the state of homeostasis, bringing the state of balance, whether it is a body, whether it is a society. Always we want samatvam, we want balance. So Ayurveda is mainly came into existence to overcome the derangement in the body constituents, as my learned friend Dr. Ramlakan mentioned. Basically in a disease, the 3 factors, the derangement of Vata, Pitta, Kapha is responsible for a disease. And Ayurveda treats the derangement of Vata, Pitta, Kapha, and it brings the state of homeostasis, it brings the state of balance. This is simple. Similarly in yoga also, whatever practices of yoga are there, they are basically to regulate the Vata, Pitta, Kapha and to keep the Agni optimum, so that the environment, the microsystem and the macrosystem will be in balance. So with this background, I will proceed further. As I mentioned, diabetes, it is basically a metabolic disorder. No need to talk further. Next slide. So these are the factors. Genetic factor is there, autoimmunity is there, obesity is there, sedentary lifestyle and malnutrition are the major causative factors for the diabetes. Next. So there are basically 2 types of diabetes mellitus that is most important to know, type 1 and type 2. One type 2 diabetes is basically there is the person generally in the type 2 diabetes is an obese person, and a type 1 diabetes, the person is generally lean and thin. And type 1 diabetes is mainly an insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, where ultimately the insulin must be given from the outside. In type 2 diabetes, there may be the insulin is there, but the insulin is not utilized, maybe because of the resistance or any other factor. Next slide. So according to Ayurveda also, you will be surprised, 3,500 years back, the disease diabetes, which we consider as a disease of this 21st century, is described in detail 3,500 years back, and the same way that today's science also describes it. In Ayurveda also we describe it as in 2 ways. One is obese diabetes, that is a sthula pramehi, another is a lean diabetes, that is a krisha pramehi. The same way in modern medicine they describe. Similarly, there are 2 types of diabetes. One is the genetic origin, that is sahaja, since from the birth, which is called as the insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, and the another one is the apatya nimitta, that is acquired diabetes mellitus, because of the faulty habits, because of our lifestyle. And that is basically of 2 types. One is taking excessive of the high calorie diet, that is excessive of the high nutritious diet, high calorie diet, resulting into obesity and metabolic syndrome and diabetes mellitus. And another is the because of the malnourishment or ill nourished, that is called as the Krisha Pramehi. So all the description which we find today in this modern medicine, the same description, you will feel it proud to be Indian that 3500 years back you will get the such description in Charaka Samhita of Ayurveda. Okay, next slide. So these are the complications. There are severe complications like, as I mentioned, retinopathy, nephropathy, neuropathy. They are the microvascular and macrovascular, coronary, cerebral and peripheral vascular diseases. Okay, next slide. There are some other complications also which are not so common, like prone for the infections, cataract, glaucoma and diabetic foot. Diabetic foot is another big area where definitely Ayurveda can help a lot. Okay, next slide. So I have just, because as Dr. Bipin told me, there will be a group of people, maybe medicos, maybe from the general people, maybe from the industry also. I just try to give a kind of an idea how we can take good care or how we can prevent the diabetes at home. So this is simple way, as my learned friend Dr. Amlakan mentioned about the Dinacharya, how you can make a small correction in day-to-day activities that will go a long way in the prevention of diabetes mellitus. Simple thing is, as the Desraj ji mentioned, that we have to wake up at the Brahme Muhurta. Ayurveda says that Brahme Muhurte uttiste jirna nirupayan rakshartham ayusho swastho. So this Brahma Muhurta is very important. That is the time when we will connect to the cosmic energy. We don't have any energy. We have to take the energy from the cosmic, and the time, that is the Brahma Muhurta, which is around 72 minutes prior to the sunrise, is the time where the cosmic energy is at the maximum. So if we wake up at that time, and if we have a proper sleep and proper digestion, and that is possible when we take yesterday or the night meal, as he mentioned, before sunset. That is only the possible thing. If we take a meal at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock and then waking at 4:30, that will not serve the purpose. Okay. So this is a simple way how you can make it to prevent the diabetes. Then drinking of warm water, and if possible, then take some turmeric powder along with milk, and then do your yoga, exercise, meditation, abhyangam, udvartanam, so many procedures as he has mentioned in the part of Dinacharya, daily ritual. But we have to keep the time also. So just keep 30 to 40 minutes or 45 minutes in the morning for yourself, and then all these things you can make yourself. You can plan out 5 minutes, or at least once in a week if you plan those things. Just he mentioned we have to do the oil pulling, gandusha. So this is the simple technique. Now the whole world is coming in Western countries for this oil pulling, charging in thousands of rupees. Okay, and this was a routine practice in our home. Just putting 2 drops of some oil. It should be hygienic practice in the nostril. That will take care of all the head and neck problem. So this is the simple way you can prevent the diabetes mellitus. Then this, take 2 meals, preferably fiber rich whole cereals like barley, bajra, maize, ragi, etc. And then take green gram soup, vegetable soup, eat fruits like papaya, pomegranate, etc. and fiber rich salad. These are the simple tools, simple tips, they can prevent the diabetes. Next slide. Next. So this is the Ayurvedic diet which you have to follow if you want to prevent the diabetes. Yava Pradhana. In Ayurveda we say that Yava is nothing but barley, or you can use the any form of barley, or you can use the Java. Then the Mudgayusha, then Tikta Shaka means all bitter vegetables. Yeah, those people who would like to take the non-veg food, they can go for the flesh of animals from the dry land. Then the Atasya and Sarshava. Nowadays whole world is emphasizing to use the flax seeds. So flaxseed is long back mentioned, and then this mustard oil is now so much coming up, and that's long back mentioned 3500 years back, that the flaxseed oil and the mustard oil is the preferred one in the patients of diabetes, or if you want to prevent the diabetes. Now we are going through this refined oil, sunflower and coconut and groundnut, all they are the major causes for the dyslipidemia, subsequently obesity, subsequently metabolic syndrome. So this is the mustard oil or the flaxseed oil is the best one. Next slide. These are set of yoga and pranayama and asanas that you can do, particularly Nadi Shodhana pranayama, and then the asanas like Paschimottasana, Janu Shirshasana, Makarasana, Dhanurasana, Halasana, Ardha Matsyendrasana, Shashankasana. So these are 7-8 asanas which help for the secretion of insulin. Next slide. So what are the things that is must to avoid if you want to prevent the diabetes? So avoiding is the day sleep. Whenever you go for the day sleep, you are bound to increase your body weight, and once the weight is increased, naturally the complication starts from there. So day sleep avoid kariye, night awakening, milk and milk products except buttermilk. Buttermilk is permitted, but other products like yogurt is there, curd is there, particularly taking those products at the night, that should be avoided. Cold beverages, then drinks like tea, coffee, fruit juice with added sugar, excessive drink of water. Excessive drinking of water is also one of the causative factor. So avoid it. Then avoid eating fast food, junk food, high calorie diet, and other products from the jaggery and new rice, etc. These are the causes for the diabetes mellitus. Next slide. Now coming to the treatment, as Dr. Ram also mentioned, that in Ayurveda we manage the condition as a personalized medicine. There is nothing called one fits for all. So there is the problem. So in Ayurveda, the diabetes for a obese person is different, and a diabetes for a lean person is a different. The hypertension for a obese is different, hypertension for a lean is different, and we have to manage accordingly. That is the beauty of Ayurveda, and that is called as a personalized medicine. Now the whole world is coming to the personalized medicine. One size does not fit for all. So in the treatment also depend upon the virulence of the doshas, depends upon the severity of the disease. They are managed either by means of purificative procedure, as he mentioned, panchakarma, that is a radical correction, or it is managed by means of simple palliative medicine, or just home care, or just avoidance of the causative factors. Okay, not all the patients require the panchakarma, and not all the patients can be managed by the palliative care. It depends upon the severity of the condition. Some of the researches I will talk about here. Next slide. So this is how we manage at the level of pre-diabetes. Pre-diabetes is a very important area. If person, when our body mass index crosses around 27, 28, and our little bit we become dyslipidemic, at that time, please approach some Ayurveda doctor, some yoga expert. At that time, if it is corrected, definitely you can prevent the diabetes. Otherwise, out of 10 persons from the pre-diabetes, 7% will land up into the diabetes. Once the diabetes is set in, it will be difficult to correct it. So pre-diabetes is a very important area where definitely Ayurveda and yoga can prevent those persons landing into diabetes. So this is the set of treatment that we practice. It will become more technical because as I came to know, people from Ayurveda are less, and then the other general people are there. So pre-diabetes we do different types of dry powder massage, and then the Vamana Virechana, as he has mentioned, therapeutic MS is purgation, etc. In the early diabetes, again therapeutic purgation is there. In the chronic diabetes, we practice different types of Vasti, that is an enema kind of treatment. Next slide. Then at the level of diabetic nephropathy, there's a different types of enemas are practiced, Dashmul Adi Vasti, Gokshur Punarnava Vasti, etc., etc. At the level of neuropathy, and he also worked on the diabetic neuropathy, so different types of Dhara treatments are effective in the management of neuropathy. Neuropathy is very, very difficult condition. To defame a person, we say that send a case of diabetic neuropathy. It is very difficult to manage, and just giving a vitamin supplement will not help. But we do different Dhara treatments, preferably herbs medicated buttermilk dharas is used, and that is very effective to manage the diabetic neuropathy. Next slide. So retinopathy, the nasal administration is very useful for stress, anxiety, depression, insomnia. One Shirodhara you might have seen in many resorts. The Shirodhara is commonly practiced, that is basically to relieve the stress. Next slide. So these are the different, this becomes more technical, what drugs we use. Next. Some of the studies. This is one of the studies here. In the pre-diabetes people, we have given these different types of enema, and after the treatment, next slide. Next. You can see that next. You can see there is a reduction in the statistically significant improvement in the fasting blood sugar, serum cholesterol, triglyceride, BMI, waist hip ratio. Everywhere there was an improvement. Next slide. This is another very good study where the Panchakarma is Virechana and Vasti was given in the diabetic patients, and significant improvement was observed. Next slide. So this becomes more technical. I don't think the time is permissible. So there are several studies which are conducted by using different Panchakarma procedures, like as he mentioned, Vamana, Virechana, Vasti, and external procedures in different clinical situations. And in the diabetic nephropathy, diabetic neuropathy, in both the conditions also, we have tried different formulation with a measurable improvement, With this, I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to be here one among you. Thank you.